In global business, there's a common assumption that success depends primarily on technical expertise, management ability, and professional experience. These are important, but if you look at what actually determines success in international environments, a very different factor emerges. Not only do you need the above, but you also need the ability to operate across cultures. Because in today's world, business is no longer confined within a single cultural framework. It takes place across languages, across norms, and across very different ways of thinking. And in that environment, language and cultural competence are not optional skills. They are essential. Now, at first glance, it may seem that cultural differences are becoming less important. After all, many professionals today share similar business practices. There is a kind of global corporate culture, but this can become misleading because even when people appear to follow the same professional norms, deep cultural differences continue to shape interaction. They influence how decisions are made, how disagreement is expressed, how relationships are built, and how trust is established. And the real challenge is not simply that these differences exist, but knowing when they matter and how to respond to them. This is what we call cross-cultural competence. And cross-cultural competence is not just knowledge. It's not about memorizing cultural facts. It includes awareness, adaptability, sensitivity to context, and the ability to adjust your behavior in real time. And here's the critical point. One of the most powerful ways to develop this ability is through language or language learning, because language does something that no amount of theoretical knowledge can do. It places you inside the culture. When you work in a foreign language, you are not just translating words. You are engaging with culturally defined expectations, patterns of interaction, and subtle social signals. And this changes how you perceive situations. Research has shown that individuals who work in a foreign language are better able to recognize culturally appropriate behavior and adapt to it effectively. They become more aware of nuance, more sensitive to context, and more capable of avoiding misunderstandings. And this has direct consequences in business environments because when language ability is limited, the problems go far beyond communication. They lead to uncertainty, mistrust, misinterpretation, and conflict. In fact, language barriers can cause a breakdown in trust and even polarization in perception between individuals from different cultures. On the other hand, when professionals have experience working in another language, they are far more effective in navigating complex interactions. They know how to phrase things appropriately. They understand what is implied, not just what is said. And this becomes especially important in areas like negotiation, because negotiation is not just about facts. It's about tone, timing, indirect meaning, and cultural expectations. And language is the medium through which all of that operates. Now, another important point, you don't need perfect fluency for this to matter. Even a partial ability to speak a local language can have a significant impact. It signals effort. It shows respect. It builds connection. And that alone can change the dynamics of an interaction. On the other hand, refusing to engage with the local language can create distance. It may be interpreted as indifference or even as a lack of respect. And in some cases, it reflects a deeper assumption that one's own language is sufficient. This is particularly common in environments where English dominates international business. But relying on a single language has clear limitations. It restricts access to information, reduces cultural awareness, and limits adaptability. And adaptability is the key to success in global environments. Studies consistently show that cross-cultural adaptability is one of the most important predictors of success in international assignments, often ranking above technical skills. So if we step back and look at the bigger picture, what we see is this. Success in global business is not just about what you know. It's about how well you can operate within different cultural systems. And language is one of the most powerful tools for developing that ability, not because it guarantees perfect communication, but because it transforms how you perceive, interpret, and respond to people around you. So the question is not, do I need to learn another language to exceed in global business? The real question is, how effective can I really be without it? Thank you for listening, and see you in the next video. If you're passionate about languages and cultures, head over to polyglotdreams.com, where you'll find my memoir, A Life in 30 Languages. It's available in multiple languages, including dual language editions and versions with audio narration, perfect for learners who want to combine reading and listening for deeper study. In this memoir, I share my adventures in 99 countries to the date I wrote the book, along with insights on how to learn languages best, drawn from my own experiences and research as a professor of cross-cultural management. Whether you're a polyglot, a language learner, or simply curious about the world, it's a resource to inspire and inform. So don't forget to visit Polyglot Dreams, the link is in the description, to explore the memoir and expand your language horizon.